And the scar tissue in the United States echoes of the Cold War vis-a-vis the USSR.
That's right.
And in your book, you do a very nice job of showing why the Chinese challenge is very different than the Soviet challenge in terms of weaponization and arms race, in terms of ideology. There are just many aspects that you disaggregate.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, the reason why I encourage Americans to think deeper is that if they look very carefully at the track record of what China is doing and what the Soviet Union is doing, right? It is actually quite shocking that in the geopolitical contest today between China and United States, instead of China behaving like the Soviet Union, it is the United States that's behaving like the Soviet Union. Because I explain in the book in one chapter, I ask, can America make U-turns? So for example, the contest between the United States and China will not take place in the military sphere. It will be in a nuclear war between the United States and China. There will not be a winner and a loser, there will be a loser and loser. So logically, it should be in the interest of the United States, therefore, to reduce its defense budget and take the money and invest in R&D, because that's where the real contest is. But the United States cannot reduce its defense budget, because no matter how brilliant a defense secretary you have, whether it's Ash Carter or General Mattis, because the process of deciding where to spend money is locked in by the US Congress, and allocations are made to each constituency by the congressman, and therefore the defense budget is large, irrational, and unnecessary. And if the United States was serious about taking on China, it should cut its defense budget into half, but that's impossible. And in that so, it's like the old Soviet Union that also couldn't cut its defense budget into half.
Strangled itself.
Yeah, so in that sense, the United States hasn't thought very hard and very deep about how different this contest with China is. Whereas by contrast, the Chinese are quite happy. They're growing their defense budget, but at a fixed percentage of their GNP and not increasing it. And the Chinese are very happy that America has 13 aircraft carrier fleets, because each aircraft carrier fleet is draining millions of dollars away from the US Treasury every day. And paradoxically, in military terms, an aircraft carrier today is a sitting duck. And as an American professor, Tim Colton of Harvard told me, it just takes a $100,000 hypersonic missile to bring down a $1 billion aircraft carrier. So it doesn't make sense anymore. So clearly you need to have a fundamental strategic reboot in American thinking. And in that sense, I'm trying to be helpful to America and say, think very hard about what are the big changes you need to make.